So we're going to do another cutting contest featuring very large Dao, this time with a new addition to the fray. So we saw the previous Song Zhanmadao. This is an earlier design. We'll tentatively call it another Zhanmadao, this one from the Tang Dynasty. This one is almost as long as the previous one, but its proportions are different. You can see it's got a slightly longer blade overall, and the weight distribution is a little bit different. We'll try it against some heavier bottles. These are going to be kind of juice bottles that have that kind of very thick, almost armored plastic. And I have one or two other targets to try, so we'll see how it goes. So first up, we'll revisit the Song Zhanmadao. You can see we got a reasonably ragged cut, but it still went through pretty easy. Same type of bottle, this time with the Tang Zhanmadao. This one already moves in the hand a lot easier. Oh, did not cut through. It didn't strike with enough force. So I'll take a little bit of a harder hit. It looks like the bottle broke, but irregularly, probably because I hit it last time. We'll try it again. Take two. That is a much cleaner cut than in the Song Zhanmadao. So the Tang one went through very easily. I was able to recover quite nicely also. Left a sticker on the blade. Let's try an even bigger bottle, just for fun. I'll try coming at it the other side. Cut most of the way through. Didn't quite make it through at the end. Try the heavy duty bottle. See how the Song Dao does on the heavy duty bottle. Not sure if I didn't cut it deep enough. The part that I did cut was very clean, but it looks like it didn't go all the way through. I'm not sure if that's because it knocked the bottle off or if I didn't cut it far enough on the blade. I'd have to go back and check the replay to be sure. I'll have to find out later. So something else I wanted to test is I have some recently fallen wood from the oak out front. This is not super duper heavy, so I don't think it's going to hurt the blade. I'm going to try and do this without hitting myself in the face. So I'm going to hit it pretty close to the post, and we'll see how the blades do. So this is probably going to go up and spinning. Very easily. Not a particularly clean cut, so that's a bit of a break. Let's see if the Tang Dao does any better. So that was a slightly cleaner cut, but it looks like the wood is too brittle, and so I'm getting a little bit of a cut, and then the rest of the wood just kind of fractures and goes off. The wood is a little too brittle to cut. And just to drive that point home, we'll bring in a ringer. We'll bring in the Dadao. As long as the wind doesn't take me apart. Calm down, wind. I have no idea where it went. So it looks like the Dadao was able to cleave at least part of it in two, but the rest of it went hither and yon. Let's see if I can find it. Now that's interesting. So now perhaps because it's so short, the Dadao wasn't able to get through it, and so it only cut part of the way and then it snapped. Kind of curious. Now I kind of want to hit it with the other two. So that's the Dadao's cut. Let's see if I can hit it with the other two longer Dao. I'll try the Tang Dao. So the Tang Dao was able to bite into it perhaps maybe centimeter compared to the Dadao biting into it, maybe 3 or 4 centimeters. It's kind of interesting. Try one more time with the Zhanmadao. See what happens. With the Song Zhanmadao. Okay, the Song Zhanmadao just snapped the whole thing in half. So we didn't get a reading on that one. But it doesn't look like a particularly clean cut. It goes together like that. So it hit it and it broke after biting into it. It hit it and it broke after going through it about maybe 2 centimeters. And that kind of goes back to, so this, we're only looking at one strike, approximately one strike each from each of the 3 different swords, but it does tell a kind of interesting story between all 3 of them. So against this kind of medium to heavy target here, let me put this down. So against this kind of medium to heavy target here with the wood, the Dadao was able to cleave, but not go all the way through. The Song Zhanmadao was able to not cleave, but because it had such tremendous inertia, it still shattered and went through anyway, almost like an axe or a mace. The Tang Zhanmadao, what we're calling it for now, was somewhere in between. It cleaved deeper than the Song blade, but it didn't have the same level of penetrating ability. And this isn't a perfect experiment. If we did, scientifically speaking, we'd have to do a bunch of trials on a whole bunch of different pieces of wood. I'd be doing more consistent strikes. The placement of the wood on the post and the length of it would better be accounted for. But I still think that you can learn a little bit by what's being told by the depths of the strikes here, just from what we're seeing here. And that seems to go along with how the type of feedback I'm getting with each of the cuts. So you have 3 very wide-bladed swords, very powerful swords, but they're 4 different contexts, and they will produce different results depending on the type of targets that they're hitting. How much armor they have. Do they have textile armor? Do they have leather with reinforcement on it? Are they going up against metal? Are they going up against a big target like a horse? with a rider on it. So they have different purposes, and the blades the designs reflect that. Anyway, just one more data point. We'll go over each of the swords in greater detail in another video. Take care.